Driving downtown, foot pushed on the pedal, move to.
Welcome to French Blonde Travels. I'm Renee. Today we're at a new location on the beach. It's a little bit more peaceful than where we were. The hurricanes came through and kind of eroded the beach that we like to stay on. And so parking has become very, very limited. So we decided we would try and scout out a new location, and our scout, Laura, found this location for us, and it's been lovely. We've been here for a few days, and it's just peaceful. The parking is a whole lot better, and we're not crowded. There's very little noise, and we're right on the water. It's been fantastic. So So this is where we've been hanging and enjoying every single second of it. I opened my van door this morning and looked out onto the water while I made my breakfast. It was just lovely. So, I talked with my kids in the last couple of days, and they're all wondering, when are we coming home? The date is still unknown. We're hanging in Florida until it gets too hot to sleep in the car, and then we'll make our way north. And I'll see some things while I go north. If you caught the live, you'll know that I'm going to try and stop in Savannah on the way up north. And I don't know, maybe I'll see a couple of other little towns along the way. I haven't gone into detail about what I can look at, but I'm about to do that probably sometime this afternoon and try and map out a plan of action so I can let you know what my travels are going to be like. I'm just absolutely loving it here. It's just so warm and so peaceful. Take a look at this. This is just a lovely, fantastic spot. It's not doing much for my hair, but, we got to make sacrifices somewhere, right? I just cannot get over how beautiful this spot is. Here's another view. I love the look of palm trees as they line the road. It's just so beautiful. But this is our spot for now. It's a windy day today, but it is so peaceful inside my van, just listening to the water crash at the shoreline. It can't get any more beautiful. Well, it could, but this is beautiful for now. Snoopy is so dirty. Gonna get a car wash soon. This guy's throwing out bait that doesn't look any good. So now this bird is hanging around, trying to see if he can get something. Love how he walks. Look at that walk. Well, the sun is set, so I guess it's time to get off the beach. But there is traffic. So pulling out of here is not going to be so easy unless we wait for all the cars to go by. And then that'll get us out of here if we wait, but it'll be dark. It's been really hot. It's been humid. As you can see, my hair won't hold the curl because it's too humid. But it's still fun. I'm just waking up, still in my pajamas, but I'm gonna leave this parking lot and head to the beach. It's Monday morning. I don't know. I'm gonna try and go this way. I hate to try and get in with all this Monday morning traffic. Usually I'll take a back road because there's so much traffic on this road. And I've got to get all the way across the road. Still in the parking lot. So I'm going to do the back way instead, so I don't have to deal with all this traffic. So every day we come out to the beach from wherever we have parked for the night. And it's kind of late right now. It's 8:15. You can go to this beach to watch the sunrise. Like, you can get there at like 5 in the morning and wait for the sun to rise. What are you doing? Thanks for making me wait. You know, I mean, that car, they saw that I was waiting for them to pass. They could have let me know by turning on their signal a little bit sooner so I didn't have to sit there. But no, they waited right until they were turning to turn their signal on. So, yeah. So I have to stop here because there's a stop sign. So I come this back way. You can see there's like no traffic here. And I have to bypass trying to get all the way across the road to make that left turn at the light where the traffic is heaviest. So now this brings me right out to that same road, only I'm not right at a light. But there is a light down there. And it is red, but I have cars that are turning from around the corner. And I still have to get all the way across this road, but at least I get a break because there is a red light. People are turning. Like I said, it's Monday morning. And so let this guy go. And because I do this, the lights are ever in my favor. And now I can turn and go the direction I need to go. So now I'm on my way to the beach. It's so wild and crazy. Getting used to new traffic patterns and things like that. Now, I'm headed to the beach. Laura was still parked there at our sleeping spot when I left. We all just, you know, when we wake up, that's when we go, you know. And so, because Lulu's an early riser, she is the first one to leave. And she picks our spot on the beach. And a lot of times we have these great spots on the beach. And yesterday I had to pick the spot because they had other errands to run and stuff. So the spot I picked, it wasn't the greatest spot, but because I don't get up early, I had to go for what was available. And we had a spot that was big enough for all three of us, but it wasn't grassy. It was in the sand. And it wasn't right at the water like we want. Red light, red light, red light. Can't run these red lights in Florida. They have cameras and they will send you a ticket. So, and these red lights in Florida are the longest. They are so long. It's just because there's so much traffic, and each of these lanes, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lanes at the light, and then ahead of me it's 2 lanes with the right lane ending. 5, maybe 6 lanes. 1, 2, 3, 4. That side only has 4 lanes. I don't know, but the lights are just ridiculously long here. You have lights for traffic that's turning, lights for traffic that's going straight. Lights for this side, lights for that side. So and these people fly. Speed limit's like 45 miles an hour on this stretch of the road. People are doing 50 and 60. And this is residential. So I like to do the speed limit in residential neighborhoods because you never know. You never know if a dog is going to come running out, or if a kid, or especially today is a weekday, it's Monday, so could be school buses. So I'm not, maybe it's because I don't live here, but I'm not comfortable with speeding for any reason, really, on any road. Speed limit dropped from 40 to now it's 35. We're down to a single lane. Passing other shopping centers. Buildings they're building over here. It's still residential right here. And we're almost there. Coming over the bridge. It's quite overcast this morning. Driving down the palm tree lined road with water on either side. It's beautiful. And as I'm driving, I'm looking and I see Miss Lulu parked over here on the right. She got the spot by the water because she gets up at the ass crack of dawn. It's low tide. Here's a guy with big ass camera equipment on his shoulder. That is essentially what we do every morning. You know, you just jump up in your pajamas, get in the driver's seat, and get your spot on the beach, because with the beautiful days that we're having, the spots will fill up quickly. So you want to come early in the morning and get your spot. If you wait too long, you might not get a spot. So now that I'm here, I'm gonna make breakfast. I mean, I could go back to bed if I wanted, but I can look and see that Lulu's got her door open, and I may want to do the same thing. And I can go back to bed if I want. So I guess I'm just gonna jump in the back and figure it out. I'm in the mud. This is mud. Great. So, with space being limited, it's hard to know where to put the camera. My beautifully raw metal walls hold my phone right on the wall because there's a magnet on the back of my phone. And with metal walls, I can stick my phone right on the wall and it'll stay there. So I want to get my fruit together for breakfast. My strawberries and my raspberries and my blackberries. Get some good vitamins. But that's our morning. And then we get all situated. We get all washed up, cleaned up, and ready for the day, which typically means sitting in our beach chairs at the waterside. Chit-chatting, listening to music, not talking at all. It just, whatever the mood is, that's what we do. So, got my berries ready. And I just have to get my breakfast sandwich going, which yesterday I went to the grocery store and I overshopped. I bought eggs. I didn't need eggs. So in order to have space for them, I had to pre-cook some of the eggs. So now I have some pre-cooked eggs already done. And I just have to warm them up in my mini dash. I'm gonna make coffee. Keep my coffee grounds here in this dish. I have a coffee grinder. And I grind my coffee. I don't need to grind any. I just ground some yesterday. But I get whole bean coffee and then I grind it as needed so that it can stay fresh longer. Making coffee. Put my coffee grounds in there. So now the coffee's going, the fruit is ready, mini dashes are on. So breakfast should be ready quicker than usual, maybe, because the eggs are already cooked. I don't know. Eggs don't take a long time to cook anyway, so all I'm doing is warming them up. So it's probably taking about the same amount of time. It's not that it's quicker. It's just that I had to cook the eggs just to make space in my fridge, because I bought a dozen eggs and I still had 8 eggs. I had 9 eggs. So yeah, that was too much. Then I boiled a few for hard-boiled eggs for my salads. So everything fits in there now. So because those eggs that I boiled, they were going to have to go loose. So you can't just put loose eggs in a fridge, especially not a chest fridge like that, because they will break. So I boiled them, and I have some hard-boiled eggs to add to a salad if I need to. So now that I have had breakfast, I'm gonna get dressed in a little bit. I actually just feel like laying around for a little bit and just watching the water, watching the tide come in, because tide is coming in. You can see the rocks down there. So when the tide fully comes in, it'll cover those rocks. And that's what you have to get through at first just to get into the water. But it's a very narrow strip of rocks, and it's fine. And then it's all mushy sand out there for a little bit. It's not as deep as you might think. There's lots of people that come and fish, and they wade out a little bit, and it doesn't go very deep, but this is just an all-around good spot. To live in Florida and be by water everywhere, this is like the greatest thing. I understand why people come and go fishing. There were a couple of guys, they pulled in behind me and they fished. Maybe for like half an hour. They don't fish very long. They just get their fix in and then they keep it moving. But today, I need to start thinking about what my route is going to be when I make my way north. I have this book, 50 States, 50 Ideas. So I checked out Google Maps to see the route that I want to take home or take back north, because I'm not going home first. I think that I'd like to go through and see Savannah. There's a nut store that I want to see, that's not in Savannah. It's actually heading more towards Atlanta in Vienna, Georgia. And then I'm going to cut east across the state, to check out Savannah, check out the coastline. I may go up to Charleston. I don't know. Um, it depends on when we leave here. And then after Georgia, I'm going to get into South Carolina. So I'd like to go to a couple of places in South Carolina. I want to ride the coast. So I will do Myrtle Beach. Not sure if I'm going to do Charleston, although that would be nice. Let's see. And then South Carolina. From there, I'm going to go into North Carolina. And I don't know what I'm going to see in North Carolina. Not sure exactly. Haven't mapped that all out. I'll refer to my book to see what I'm going to be able to see along the coastline. This is Pennsylvania, Oregon, Oklahoma, Ohio, North Carolina. Okay, so Charlotte is going to be too far west. It won't be on the coastline. Let's see, there's Asheville, maybe Wilmington. I'm not sure what's in Wilmington. There's Cape Fear, so I don't know, maybe. 19th century urban architecture. And then there's also Myrtle Beach. I got friends there. And so I don't want to spend a lot of time. I just maybe an extra day or so in each of these places. And let's see, after North Carolina, I'll get into Virginia. So there, I know I'm going to Virginia Beach because that's going to take me through the bridges and tunnels of the Chesapeake and bring me right into Delaware. And I can ride straight up through Delaware, and it's probably going to take me into like the lower part of New Jersey, and then around to Maryland, to where I'm going to meet up with the ladies for a meetup in Maryland. Lulu's having a Maryland meetup. It's already full, so before you start asking about how to get in, the meetup is full. So it took her, 2 to 3 days to fill that meetup. And then we'll spend a few days there in Maryland and do the meetup. And then from there, I'm probably going to go into New Jersey and visit my sister for a little bit. Her birthday is in that first week of May, and it happens during the meetup, so I won't be able to see her on her birthday, but I'll get to see her after. And I'll spend a few days with her there, and then we'll be in the middle of May, and it'll be time to go home. So after that, I have to start thinking about what my summer plans are going to be. I've given it just a little bit of thought, and I think I'd like to try to do a Great Lakes tour, and I've been wanting to do that since last year, so I think I'll get that out of the way and get my Great Lakes tour done, and then I've got to get back to New England in July to do a camping trip with one of the ladies that I met during the meetup. Well, actually, a couple of ladies. So it's gonna be a fun summer. I did wanted to do some redesigns on the van, but with what I've got going on this summer, I'm not really sure when I'm going to be able to fit that in. So, part of my plan is to take the passenger seat out and move the bed forward, and then build some I don't know about build, but maybe I'll thrift some cabinetry to go into the back in the cargo area so they'll have more space, move around space. I don't need more stuff. I just need a little bit of move around space, which would just make it just that much more comfortable, I think, in here. Not that I'm uncomfortable. There's just no move around space. That's all. Uh, but I'm not trying to live inside the van. I'm just trying to be comfortable while I'm in it, and then do all the living on the outside of the van, because I'm fully set up to be outside. I can make a room outside with the canopy if I need to. So, but that's kind of what I'm up to right now. There's still a few weeks left here in Florida, so I'm not in any real big rush. I have enough time to think about the places that I'm going to go, and take a look at things I've never seen before. I've never been to Savannah, so I'm really kind of excited about going to Savannah. They say it's beautiful. There's some places in South Carolina that I know are really beautiful. I've got a couple of friends in South Carolina in the Myrtle Beach area. So if you guys are watching, hit me up and let's talk about maybe having coffee or something, you know. Maybe spend an afternoon together. But anyway, that's tentative plans. I'm still formulating, like I said, but you know, gotta get ahead of the game and get the route all planned before I take off here. I just want to have a basic idea of what it is I'm gonna see. I don't know how long this trip is gonna take. I'll have probably 2 weeks or so to get to Maryland. So this is truly going to be a slow roll. And I don't know that we're all going to be traveling together. Laura has some plans on what she might want to do when she gets going on the road. And Lulu's got things planned for being on the road as well. So we may not be traveling north together. But we may end up meeting somewhere along the way. Who knows? Who knows? And the route could change for me, you know. But like I said, I do want to ride the coast. I'm not particularly excited about doing the bridges and tunnels across the Chesapeake. But I've done it before. My first trip down, I did it in my SUV. I came down. I was in New Jersey. That's why I ended up riding the coast like that. And it was my first time, and I didn't know what I was doing. And I have a friend in Delaware, so I reached out to her and let her know that I was coming through. So I got to stop and visit with my friend that I hadn't seen in a really long time. And then and we had fun. We had fun. She lives, I think, in Dover, Delaware. There's a nice casino there she took me to. So, you know, those are just some ideas. And I may stick to that route. I may change it along the way. You never know. I have no schedule. Really, I have no schedule except to be in Maryland in that first week of May. So it'll take a couple of weeks to do the little slow roll. And there's, I forgot, there is someone I want to see in North Carolina. I hope that can work out. I don't know, we'll find out. But that's what's going on for now. And hopefully, I'll be able to capture a lot of it on video and show you guys what I'm doing. So, but that's all I have for now. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. Bye.